And then the slides I can just show. So I am feeling, to be honest, I'm feeling very distracted today. It's been really hard to focus on things, but I think it's because I'm at the Giveth house and there's like so many cool people and I'm trying to like talk about, it's just like really distracting to be surrounded by so many amazing people. And I am grateful for massages. I went and got a massage last night and it was so great. And the distractions, same thing, Giveth house. And I will pass it over to Nicola.
Thank you. Well, I am feeling excited and sunny and a little cold. It's nice for a change to feel like I'm cold instead of too hot. Yeah, and I am grateful for my improving ability to work from anywhere I go and able to focus from anywhere. And with that means I don't feel distracted. And I'm going to pass it to Almond.
Thanks, Nicola. Kind of like the same as you. I'm very grateful for having the flexibility to work from anywhere and just move around. And I'm feeling a little bit rushed because I need to leave kind of like soon here. So I'm kind of like figuring out still unpacking. And my intentions to listen in, of course, and catch up. So I think that I've been kind of like swamped in so many things regarding comms. So I would like to sync with all of you and distractions. Yeah, I'm kind of like packing, last minute packing, so a little bit distracted by that. And I'll pass it to Kotabe.
GM. I am grateful for having this practice at the beginning of this call, but also just I'm grateful for the physical body. I been thinking about the importance of activating the physical body, reducing stress, and just kind of like I don't know, yeah, releasing endorphins. And I'm grateful that I'm playing soccer again. I'm super happy with my team. It's like another family. So I'm grateful for that. Intentions, sync up. Talk a little bit about the last episodes of Aprendamos Refi, and then see where I can help after that. And distractions, I have a couple of DMs that I am answering right now. I'll pass it to Annie.
Oh, I guess that's me. It's just
Yeah, I guess.
Anne.
Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful to just be and to be embodied and present. My intention, so I'm an anthropologist and I'm doing work on Giveth. I want to capture Giveth's story. I want to understand the community dynamics. I've worked here a bit before, so now I'm approaching more of like a researcher. So my intention is just to like listen in and learn more about the community and the issues that community faces, and of course, like not just being a researcher, but also like help out and see how I can contribute. And at the moment, there are no distractions. I will pass it on to is it Giantkin?
I might be double muted. Oh, there I am. Distractions. Grandkids are here, so I'm, in between playing. And just let's see. Grateful for the grandkids. Intentions for the call is just to let listening catch up and maybe get some input. I'm not sure who to give it to. I just got
Yeah,
in.
no worries. It's
Okay.
Franco, I think, is the only one. Go ahead, Franco.
Thank you, Ash, and thank you, Jenkins. It's always nice to hear your voice. And welcome, Anne. yeah, I met you. I had the honor to meet you here in the Giveth house, so I'm happy to see you here. And yeah,
Oh, hi Franco, it's you. I didn't recognize you. So nice
that's
to see you.
okay. No worries. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling grateful. Like Otave said, for the physical body, I just came back from my climbing session, and it feels great, man. Like just to do exercise, it's a really good feeling, and yeah, I'm grateful for that. Intentions for the calls, just streaming, and I'm here to see what's gonna happen with the Telegram part of the communitas. Like I'm interested in maybe taking some responsibility there, and yeah, no distractions. Pass it back to you, Ash.
Thanks, Franco. Yeah, it's so good to see so many people in this call and have Giant Kin around, and also to have you here and doing this like research and kind of experimental stuff. So I'm excited about that. Um, so there was a lot of talk in the forum posts as it was passing about kind of one of the options on the grow thing was like revamping the Telegram and maybe simplifying the Discord a little bit. One of the biggest things that came out of the ambassador program was the feedback that people were just like not interested in joining Discord whatsoever, and we'd been trying to get have a lot of our community engagement happening in Discord, and so far people will join but they drop off, and so it was brought to our attention that maybe having something more like Telegram where everybody already has an account. We saw with the ambassadors themselves, we had a Telegram group for the ambassadors, like they're very active in there but not very active in Discord. It was just like the Discord is intimidating. We don't know how to navigate it, and new people, like new project owners and donors, don't want to make another account. So there was some talk about reactivating our Telegram group. We have a Telegram group. You can find the link on this slide if you want to join it. But right now it's pretty decommissioned. We could put announcements in there, but we haven't been doing anything with it. It got decommissioned around the time that we launched the token because there was just so many spams and scams going on. There was no value really coming out of it. So we decided to turn it off for then. So I just wanted to maybe like go through with you guys some of the like pros of how I put some things on here, but we can add more together. I just wanted to have something, and the cons of like what would be what would happen if we activated the Telegram group, the pros to doing that and the cons to doing that. There was some talk in the forum post between Kai and Giant Kin was expressing some concerns about moderating the group and that the spam is just like terrible in Telegram. So maybe there's something that we can consider for alternatives. Kai suggested this element chat, but I think honestly, I put another little place down here for requirements where it's like, if we wanted to have an alternative, what would our like minimum be, like our standards? The other thing Kai expressed is that maybe to find something that's open source. So maybe that's one of our requirements, but maybe these are questionable. I don't know if those would be one of the requirements, but I do know that I think one of the biggest things is we don't want to require creation of a new account or downloading another app or something like this. I think that's just putting another barrier and kind of going against the idea of what we're trying to do. So that's kind of my overview of what I see, and I just put some bullet points here, and so maybe I can open up the floor to kind of what you guys think, and I can take some notes.
And everything's hard, and you're saying Discord is hard, so Telegram is also hard. But if you're saying a lot of people already have the Telegram, it's like the one Telegram, we have a couple bots on there. They, like the captchas and stuff like that. And there's obviously lots of settings. I think there's Rose is one, and the other one is HelperBot, which there's so many different things you can do with those. It's just I don't see much value in Telegram at all, but I don't use it very much. I only got it because I work in this field, and that's why I moderate it. Element, I use Element as well. It's actually part of the bridge between Discord and Telegram and other avenues. It does like 30 different things bridging wise. See, we're only using those two in Giveth actually now. So if you wanted to use both, I would download Element or another one of the chats because it's actually Matrix and there's lots of different things. But again, it's another account. Beeper actually is something I'm testing now that's similar to Element, but again, it's another account. Though once you're on Matrix, you can use the same account through all of the different platform not wallets, apps. There's different ways you could use Telegram, obviously, as well. But if we didn't do the announcement thing before, what makes you think we're going to do it now? So using, I don't know, it's hard. I could flip flop. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I think that Telegram is the best option we can do for right now. It seems like, especially when I'm, for example, like dealing with the projects and project owners, the next platform that we talk apart from a Discord is a Telegram. So that works well for project owners, and I imagine that it would be great for the community building. Like I think it would be awesome to have a one person that would be in charge and took accountability and responsibility for this and lead on this initiative, and then like at least one or two people that would be a moderators, and that sounds like a commitment, like, and so some I guess like setting some rules around this move towards Telegram and how it's supposed to look, maybe we want to ask for support from the ambassadors, and if the person who will be in charge of the Telegram and can build some like good, like I know that there's this chance of many different channels, and if that would be logically well arranged, I think it's great. In support, the only downside I'm seeing of this is this just really needs a person who's going to be dedicated and regularly like on top of it. Yeah, that's all from me.
Well, no matter what, I can actually moderate that as well. And it's just, I do it anyway. I'm not going to stop doing it, I guess. So you guys decide whatever to do and I will just follow along.
Well, I know right now we have a bot in there called Shieldy, and it's built by Aragon. And so I think has so far proven pretty good once we put it in there to I just think like during the launch our team was so small we didn't have enough people to moderate, which kind of brings I guess into something else that I want to maybe talk about on this call, which is like bringing on more contributors. And I've been talking with HR about bringing on another contributor, so this is something that we could put in their role description and could be something that we have more support on. And I think Franco mentioned maybe being able to like moderate in there a little bit or be engaged. I think really the way we set it up is going to be the important part. Like they have now these what they call super groups. So we could have, different channels, but I think we shouldn't get too elaborate with this. Like we would just have a couple simple channels. And I think that this would actually encourage the Telegram group to be more of like a stepping stone to joining Discord. So it's like people don't have to commit to making another account. They could just easily just check out the group and see what's going on in the group. And it's like, oh, but if you want to join our community call, you got to come into Discord. Or if you want to pursue a partnership and join the community spotlight or something like this, you got to come into Discord, right? So we can have like a couple just like maybe 4 different channels or something that's very simple, and then encourage people to come into the Discord from there. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to be the easiest way. It'll be more like lighthearted, community-focused stuff that just enables people to engage with the Giveth community without friction, and maybe to engage donors with projects. So we can decide like what kind of channels we wanted to have in there, and then the Discord we could even simplify and cut down some of these channels that never get used, like this like maker space and giver space that no one ever talks in, or the like this double collaboration and partnership opportunity channel or something like this. So I think that there's quite a bit we could tone down on the Discord. In this Telegram group could be more of the like fun, lighthearted community engagement, and then Discord can become more of like a team/contributor coordination platform. And then we would just have to think about like partnership requests. Obviously, if they want to join the community spotlight, they're going to need to join the Discord. So maybe we don't even handle partnership requests in the Telegram. Maybe if people are asking about partnerships, we just say, okay, if you want to talk about that, go to the Discord. Or support questions. Should we have a support channel in the Telegram, or is that something we should encourage people to go to Discord for? I don't know. Project shilling, like different kind of things. We'll just need to decide kind of what things we want to keep in Discord and what things would be okay to have in the Telegram.
I think it's a good idea. I back this up. I think that having Telegram as a stepping stone, and just like maybe an intermediary, like small baby step, works a lot. Some people just might need to ask some question for support, and they might not really want to engage that much with the community. And then some people might go through the slippery slope and then want to be going to the meetings and so on and so forth. So it makes sense to me in that sense.
For the support thingy, there's something Shapeshift is testing, and if it works, I was going to present it over here actually as well. It's basically on the website instead of in any of the chat rooms. Just a separate app for them.
Cool, that's exciting. It'd be like a little chat bubble on the website or something.
Correct, and it's more organized, and it's actually the support team is loving it. The only thing missing is our mobile setup for the Chatwoot thing. So it's called Chatwoot. It's not quite working yet, so they're still waiting on something from our dev team to make it work.
Okay. Well, yeah, definitely keep us posted about that. Of all the things I don't want to gate, support is one of the biggest things I don't want to
Right,
gate.
exactly.
But we could always, if they come asking support questions, we could always direct them to our support page on the website. Like there is a support page where they can fill out a little questionnaire thing.
Yeah, I think it's basically in an email to like Zen. What's it called? It used to be like Zen Hub, Zendesk, excuse me. It's more organized. He actually has a whole bunch of you can do KPI stuff with it. That's one of the things he likes, and it's easier. We've been trying to use the Discord with the tickets and all that, which works, and but it's more white glove per person. So it's a lot more involved per person to work with each one. I don't know. It just depends on the level of what you want to. So
Yeah. Well, I think so far I feel like this is safe enough to try. That's kind of what I'm getting from this meeting. Let's try it out with just a few simple channels and see how it goes. I do have plans to talk to a new contributor soon, and that's something else. Like I guess I put it at the end of the agenda, but I could just touch on it now. But I've been talking with HR, figuring out the logistics of how it would work, because basically our budget was decided to grow. So I think like within our working group, we can decide to hire somebody. So I want to talk to maybe a couple of the ambassadors that were really active through the round and see if either some of them would be interested or one of them would be interested in taking on a position in Communitas. They've already been around for 3 months. And so I guess if you guys, I think I already told Almond and Nicola, but Kotabe or Franco, if there's anything like task-wise that you think could be added. I did put a link to the role description that I created in the agenda, but I can put it here too. So if you guys have any comments, let me know. But it seems like pretty solid. I needed to figure out like what I could offer, like pay wise and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm working on that. So if you guys can think of anything to add, that would be great to have support on, or if there's any tasks that you specifically, if you need help with this certain thing for Meet the Makers or something, we can adjust this role description. And if it's not clear, I tried to be as clear as I could, but if it's not clear, maybe you can help me figure it out. But I think that kind of like wraps it up for the Telegram thing. We can work together to try to figure out how to get it launched. I put also a link at the top of this slide here with the super groups, and it tells like how to convert it, how to create a super group and do this stuff. So maybe at some point we'll schedule a little hack session and we can put this together to put it together. Okay. Well, we can jump now into like product updates. Ambassador program, the updates. We have this document here, to-dos. These are like the next steps for the ambassador program. Basically, I simplified them down on the slide. We are working, there's a couple issues open right now to send the NFTs and the rewards to the season 1 ambassadors. We're just collecting wallet addresses and kind of like figuring out how we're going to mint the NFTs, just like the little details, but those will go out soon. And then just creating kind of like the new reward structure for season 2, and maybe figuring out how an ongoing rewards program will work for the previous ambassadors, and creating this onboarding deck. This was also something that came out of the last season 1 ambassador program, and I think this is something that the new Communitas contributor can help with as well, because they used to be an ambassador, right? So they know what kind of resources they'll need to onboard projects. So that's one task I think that they'll help with too. We need to make just like one or two more modules, and I've already reviewed the applications that we've gotten so far. And I need to just start contacting them. I wanted to make sure I like got the dates hammered in, but I guess now is the time. If anybody that you know wants to fill out this type form and be part of the season, like share it with your friends, share it with people you know. I don't know if you guys think if we want to do like another push and maybe do some shilling in Discord servers looking for ambassadors, or do you think that 10 initially is enough?
I think that it's a good idea to kind of like send it to people that we know that might be a good fit for it. I'm not sure if I will go for chilling in just other Discords, maybe in the Giveth Galaxy, but probably not outside of the Giveth Galaxy. But yeah, I'll share it with some people that I know.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So yeah, now is the time, and I'll update it, and as I'm contacting them. But I think the best date to launch the second season is going to be Monday, August 21st. The second season will launch. I think we'll do 2 sessions per week, but then it will only be like 6 weeks long, and instead of the 3 months like last time. So we're making some adjustments this time based on feedback that we got before, but that's kind of what the schedule is looking like. And if you guys want to share this form with anybody who might be interested, that would be great. I don't know, Almond, did you have any other things you wanted to add to this? Is there anything I missed?
Just really quick. Mitch already created the NFT contract. So at the beginning he was like, you should find a way to do this without developers hours. But at the end he just did it. So that's done. I sent it to Soho and Mai to test it. There's only 3 wallet addresses to get this NFT, as the 3 ones that graduated from season 1. So the 3 of them should be able to mint this one. And then the next thing would be just to get into a hack session with all the links that I collected in the second issue that you opened regarding the rewards. So I think that we're ready to plan that hacking session, as I believe I collected all the resources that we needed to to send them the rewards.
Perfect.
And then maybe the last thing would be to start activating the issues that I believe I already created regarding the new modules for season 2. And then I think that would be for me the next step, just to start working in the content as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think so too. Cool. Does anybody have like questions or anything regarding this or other updates that Well, this season I will need, so if I'm leading it, I'm gonna do it in English. I mean, I could try my best to do something in Spanish, but I'll probably lead it in English. So that will be one thing that's different. But I know that I want to try to pair people up. So if there's anybody that are current ambassadors or ambassadors from the last season, to connect them with ones there. Like I think that there's one application for somebody who's in Mexico. I'm not really sure where, but if I could connect them with some of the ambassadors that were in the last season, like I think that building these communities in different locations is kind of important. So I want to try to do that, but I think really we'll just it will be more based off of like their experience, you know, in Web3, and kind of like talking with them and seeing like why do you want to do this? Also, I think that if a new contributor comes on from the last ambassador program because they spoke Spanish, there's something that we could do, especially if they're like they speak English and Spanish. They could also help some of the ambassadors if they wanted to do some things in Spanish. I just think it would be easier to do it all in English. What do you think? I mean, do you want to come and translate? I just feel like translating takes double the amount of time.
Yeah, no. Like I'm fine with English. Like it's perfect. No, that's why I was like just asking if it's gonna be like the last time, which was like mostly Spanish speaking people. So we did it in Spanish, but no, like English is good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump over then to the next effort here, the next update slide. So meet the makers. Nicola, do you want to give us some updates?
All right. Well, the next session is happening next Wednesday. The time is running so fast. Oh my God, we have 1 week to actually start promotions and cover as many channels as we can. But that's for another call in 1 hour. But for now, this is it. We have confirmed 7 projects so far. I feel like if there will be one more, it will be great. I don't see it happening that we would reach the top 10, like the level of 10. If you still know of some newly verified projects, like you can suggest, but also just I guess 7 is just great. It's way better than it was before, and yeah, learning with this experimentation of like seeing, okay, so this time I'm gonna contact all the verified projects from the last month, because now when we will be actually doing a meet the makers every month, right? So if you want to check in the Notion page, I basically lined up schedule for how long? For next few months, and basically it would be great if Meet the Makers becomes just a tradition for every first Wednesday in the month, and it would be the same time as it used to be for the AMA, which means GMT -6 and Costa Rica 9 a.m. And it can be followed with the AMA actually afterwards on Discord, and people can come from the StreamYard and join the Discord and maybe do more networking. So that would be about the plans, future timing, currently confirmed project, and we have started to use the hashtag Meet the Makers in more places, and we'll have now regular bi-weekly sync ups, which are just like 30 minutes calls at maximum, and the first one was the last week. Next one is next Tuesday. So we have one last call to sync before the session. So I'll definitely want to invite Almond and make sure that we can just like sync up as a team. So please, Franco, come too if you want to support as again with the being just on the chats and support on the different social medias, because again we will be streaming it everywhere on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, all that. So need support. So come to sync up next Tuesday. And did I say everything? Do you have any questions? I mean, there's a lot that needs to be done in terms of comms, but that's what I'm saving for comms call. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but one thing I wanted to do was Anne and I had a chat the other day just kind of about the strategy of I don't know if it's strategy, but she is doing the research for her paper and wanted to help volunteer with some things and contribute as she could. So I was thinking, and I know I talked to you about this a little bit already, but I wanted to connect the two of you. And Anne is interested in maybe like doing some of this storytelling or featuring projects in different social media platforms, like making tweets about them, or like taking finding her favorite project and writing like a little feature about what they're doing or one of the newest updates and be like, this project is up to this, and just helping our projects do more storytelling on our social media. It seems like a task that would be really easy to take on without too much commitment, and something that's like doesn't block us if we don't have it. And so then she could kind of like work on it on her time and also do the research in the meantime and joining community calls and seeing how our culture works. So I wanted to make sure to connect the two of you with that. Yeah.
That's yeah. Thanks. And Anna, I would love to have your support. And this is something with the project stories and like a little storytelling and a tweet or post for social medias are cool. We've been talking about it, and I'm not sure if Suga, who was like super excited to jump into it, is already like ready to actually jump into it. So it sounds like something cool that you may want to try to start if you have capacity. If there is something that you like, if you're willing to support and help right now, I think what we will need the most support right now is to support the comms messaging, and basically maybe if you're planning to join the comms call, then I want to ask for more support there, because we'll need tweets for we'll still need to create designs, which is something I don't want to bother you with, but like I totally can see you being helpful and can support with creating some simple content, not even so much about storytelling at this point, but about the event itself, so that we get as many donors as we can to the event. Is that something you would be interested to help with?
Yeah, I'm happy to help out with that.
Nice.
For sure.
Cool. So yeah, thanks. Let's talk more in detail over the next call, and I'm happy to connect with you personally as well. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. I don't think I had any more questions about that. Does anybody else have questions about Meet the Makers? How it's evolving?
Yeah, for the next session, it's going to be 7 projects. And so we were aiming for 10, but it doesn't seem like we will hit the line of 10. With that said, which means we're reducing the time that every project gets, it's still will be streamed on using the StreamYard where we meet as all of the team, but we're not gonna do any like visual presentations or the concept and the time frame and the moderation will be changed. I'll just open it up. I'll say a little bit about Meet the Makers, and I say a little bit about verified projects and what are the benefits of donating to verified projects. And I'm going to give it to the projects, and each of them will have like 5 minutes pitch to just speak about their project, and that's it. It's supposed to be dynamic, fast, and just like filled with a lot of content, links. So yeah, links. Yeah, me too. I'm curious. Let's see.
Well, I remember when Carlos did that Gitcoin Twitter space and they had 10 projects and it went pretty well and it was like engaging. You got to hear about different things, but I think also just having a more frequent event where we're doing it monthly instead of quarterly and people are it's like okay and they can keep up with all of the changes.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to Aprendamos. Did you have some updates for us on the podcast, Kotabe?
Yes, all the communications are done, so we can resume to ship them bi-weekly. We just need the edited versions. Almond is not here right now, but I just need to sync up with Almond to have like the final versions and then upload them to YouTube and Spotify, change the links, and once that we have that, everything is ready for releasing the last 3 episodes. I didn't update the stats. When last week it didn't change much. Last 15 days. That's a couple of weeks. But I'll dive in before the next call to see how have this changed. Ideally, we will be resuming the next. So the next episode will be on Monday 31st. But I just have to check with the comms team to see if there is no conflict with this. And from there, every 15 days.
Cool. Yeah, I know sometimes it's hard to get all the stats, but and also Almond isn't here. But yeah, check with the comms team on timing and see when we can put out the next episodes. And I feel like you've got it under control pretty much. So
yeah. So I think the important thing after this is deciding what happens next. I think that the general idea was this is not so directly bringing more people, at least at this point. Maybe it's not where priority or priority of effort should go to. And then I think that I should have a little bit more of bandwidth, although August I'm going to be taking some days off. But if anyone needs any support, also in the communities working group, I sort of have some bandwidth and hours to support in general.
okay, cool. I will keep that in mind, especially if we're going to with some of these grow option things that we have going on. There might be a place where you can plug in. Well, honestly, that's all I have on the slides for today. I don't know. I just want to check to see if anything else got added to the agenda. I wanted to check in also on the GM podcast, but Almond's not here. But yeah, maybe just take a look at that role description for the new contributor. I plan to contact them in the before the end of the week and talk about that and start the onboarding process. I know there's been a couple that have shown interest, so and they were all awesome. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about in this time, or should we take the last 15 minutes and just take back your 15 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I always have questions, you know, but I'm curious to know, like, as a like for this working group, what have been like your immediate challenges so far? Like, what has been like the most stressful thing that you've been trying to like work through?
I mean, I would say just like engagement and retention, like it's a process to onboard project owners and donors, which is fine, but it's like keeping them engaged and active and like providing updates and even just like engaging with each other, trying to foster more like nourishing connections. I think it's I think it's not just for our working group though. I think it's also a Web3 thing for people. If you're not in Web3, it's different, but like even I just feel like there's so many things going on in a lot of our lives. Like a lot of us work a lot on our projects and things that we really just like only have the time to put up the bare minimum of updates or like, make the project description and put it up, but to actually engage in community activities and not even just events, but also events. So I guess just getting that like engagement outside of platform based users. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's interesting because you were saying that Discord doesn't like there are certain barriers to Discord, and I'm wondering if is that like more targeted towards like newer contributors and like just like people who don't really have that much experience working in DAOs. Is that kind of like where the challenges are, encountered?
No, I think it's more trying to, the goal is to bring on on nonprofits or like people from traditional charity space into Giveth. And so it's a big bridge to cross, right? From traditional nonprofit space to like what Giveth is trying to do. So I think like just the whole process of getting people across that bridge and engaged and active is difficult because they drop off as we go along. And then for people to, I don't know, I guess I just envision a place where people can engage and talk about interesting things like philanthropy in Web3 in general, or some of these like just more philosophical ideas and conversations and like brainstorming or networking kind of things. Um, More than just like people who are coming in asking about like how does Give token work or you know what is the Give economy or and these are probably questions. I mean, we get these questions also, but I just envision this like more community kind of feel.
That's really interesting. No, thanks for that. It's funny how it's always like about the financial stuff. That always kind of somehow gets priority. No, thanks for that.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the working group proposal here and just looking at like the grow stuff. I think pretty much we can start to take on some of these things. But yeah, the Telegram, expanding the team, the ambassador program is growing, Meet the Makers is growing. I think starting to do some research. So if you guys are in other communities, I know Giant Kin, you're in a lot of communities, right? So maybe just when you're in there, maybe thinking about what kind of ways are they growing their community, what's working for them, and especially if they're like aligned communities, how can we leverage some of the strategy and research that they've already done and implement some of those things into our flow or start to use into the strategy. I'm going to be working with Serbi. She's going to be helping, I think, to form strategy for all of Giveth, not just Communitas, but it will be nice to have her expertise in the area. And if we have some examples of what we would like to see, that might be helpful for her. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, you guys. So I'm going to, unless did you have something, Katabe?
No, I was actually just going to ask, like, thinking about the growth of Giveth, like, I was going to ask if Survey was going to help with that based on what she has told in previous calls. I think it will be super helpful if she comes to these meetings in general. That's it.
Yeah, I think so too. Getting her involved. I think she's just right now trying to pull all the bits and pieces from all the different places together and look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming, guys. I will set up a little hack session for the Telegram group thing probably next week, so we can get together and maybe brainstorm like how we could pull it apart. Maybe Giantkin, if you could come, just even to give insight on the Discord and kind of like which channels would be nice to not have in Discord and have in Telegram instead, and how we could balance this out more like external lighthearted community and internal contributor coordination and simplify both. Like that would be nice to have your insight.
Or tell me when it is, or shoot me an email for the invite, or how are you using Discord, or are you going to do
Yeah, we
Telegram?
can use Discord. No, let's use Discord.
Yeah, I just joined the Giveth TM group and so I'm actually in there now.
Okay, cool.
I
Yeah.
forgot what I was going to say, but that can wait till whenever that meeting is. Cool. Thanks.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, thanks for coming, and it's good to see you guys. I'm glad to connect Anne and Nicola, and good to see you in the call, Giantkin. I will see you guys next time. In the
Thanks,
call,
Ashley. Thanks,
maybe.
everyone.
Yeah. Ciao.
Thank you